everything that Amin did, Museveni has done.
Did Amin appoint a son as
except to expel Asians.
Amin's son walked to Makerere. He admitted himself into the faculty of law and admitted himself into Lumumba Hall. I told you here, Museveni's wife went to Makerere illegally. We graduated the same year. She did not have the minimum qualification to a Bachelor of Education. Museveni's son joined the army illegally. At the beginning, Museveni said his son was not in the army, he was an LDU. The son gets promoted to major by Gaddafi, who was visiting. There is no general administrative order anywhere in UPDF promoting Moses and setting reasons for his promotion. From now onwards, I think they were sitting in their sitting room and he says, Dad, can I become a Kano? He says, okay, my son, now become a Kano. And this is what has happened. You see, the reason now I think Moses becomes the CDF, is because Museveni can no longer control his son. He can no longer control the son. So they begin negotiating. After abusing Kenya, he says, can I remove you from being Commander Land Force? He says, okay, as long as you make me General IKU. So someone who has misbehaved, nearly causing trouble between two sister countries, and you reward him by giving him a rank of General. Then he says, you are presidential advisor, special operation, you can do anything that you want. When you ask the government to explain in Parliament, they can't explain. The other day,
what does that mean in the context of your struggle as an opposition member of Parliament and the opposition parties? I mean, this is the reality. This is the context that you're dealing with.
So the reality is that the Constitution was overthrown long ago.
Yes.
We now have a family, and that's what we need to deal with. It will depend on how much sacrifice that we can collectively make, including yourself. Because this is not our country. It is collectively our country. We all have to do something. Because, I don't know, maybe there will be another reshuffle where the daughters are also becoming, because they have also grown. So the wife is a minister for education, the son is commanding the army, Museveni runs the country, the brother will oversee. I mean, someone who retired from the military. The other day you saw Sari dressing like he was going to slaughter a cow. He was the one presiding over military functions, dressed the way he does. Because, and the reason he went there deliberately, because when you go to preside over military functions, you need to salute. But Sari didn't want to salute these young ones. So he goes there dressed like he was going to look after cows. And today, Museveni, you say, my son is CDF, my brother, you go and preside over the hand of... Really, this level of contempt for a country.
You can say all that level of contempt. Yes. President Museveni is still in charge and looks like he will continue to be in charge.
It does not matter. Gaddafi was in charge for 43 years. See where the country has ended. I was in Khartoum and I saw Bashir returning from South Africa. The whole country was on its knees. Where is Bashir and where is the country? Unfortunately, in all these cases, we may lose both the country and also, because that administration of Museveni and his family will go. It's just a matter of time. Unfortunately, they want to go with the country. Because here, what level of contempt can you exhibit that you appoint your son who has been breaking the UPDF Act, the Constitution, and on his appointment you say, my brother, you go and preside over our family thing. And it is Sare, not the Minister for Defense, not anyone else. Do we have a country anymore?
Let me give you back your time to conclude your thought.
Yes. I have confidence in the people of Uganda. We have just had election today.
In Dokolo?
In Dokolo. The family of the late Cecil Obal anointed her daughter. FDC jumped on it. And you have seen the result. The people of Dokolo, because they have confidence in the electoral system, they have not returned her. Similarly.
Sorry to disrupt. That is the official communication of the appointments and promotions from the Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs, Uganda People's Defense Forces, and that's from the office of the spokesperson. The President of the Republic of Uganda and Commander-in-Chief of the UPDF, that should be of the armed forces actually, has appointed and promoted the following general and senior officers as follows. General Wilson Mbasumbadi, appointed Minister of State for Trade in the Ministry of Trade and Cooperatives. General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, appointed the Chief of Defense Forces. Lieutenant General Peter Elwelu, appointed Senior Presidential Advisor. Lieutenant General Samuel Okiding, appointed Deputy Chief of Defense Forces. Major General Leopold Eric Chanda, appointed Defense Attaché, where is not mentioned. Major General Jackson Bakasumba, appointed Joint Chief of Staff. Brigadier General David Mugisha, promoted to Major General. And Colonel Asaf Nyachukuru, Nyachukuru, yes, promoted to Brigadier General. That is the communication we have from the Ministry of Defense and the spokesperson. Yes, sir.
So I was saying nothing in the Constitution prevents Ugandans from voting whoever they want, but also if the army was to refuse to obey the Constitution and the rules of Uganda, that will be handled at that point. So for me, I'm not unduly worried. What is important is the officers appointed both in the civil and in the security services to know their boundaries. And I want to believe all of them will respect that boundaries. But let me come back to...
Can the army attempt to guide the democratic process? What they call guided democracy. When the army plays a bigger role in the electoral process
in our constitutional framework, save for offering protection, security, law and order, when they are called to do so by the police and so on, no other.
In our political
yes.
experience?
Political experience should be guided by the law, by the Constitution. And yes. Really, I really want to think that...
And my comment is, in our past political experience of our previous elections.
And that should inform whoever thinks that should intervene outside the framework of the Constitution. They should know where that can lead them.
Okay, go back to you.
But the NOB, I was winding up on Puganda. I was saying, trying to extrapolate that it is not just in the teacup, because I was giving a line of leaders, particularly members of parliament, who are having serious disagreement with the way the party is being run. The latest being Dr. Bwanika, who made two revelations that I think not many people had known before, that he had never known NEC members. They were called some time back, and they were introduced to NEC members. He said he does not know the number, the composition, and then said members of parliament don't belong to any organ of the party.
And both are false, of course.
No, I'm quoting what he's saying. Now, of course, then we can again examine why is he making this hyperbole, and so on. But the other second one was the MP for Njeru, and then Kazibwe, Bashir, of Kawempe North, Kawempe South. And here is what they said. They said, you gang-pressed them, you tried to gang-press them soon after swearing into parliament. Over the 200 million for the car, you first asked them to surrender all. And when they resisted, then you went back. When I say you, the leadership of NOB, and asked them for 10 million each. That gentleman, Jimmy, MP, said he did not give the 10 million. And that's began his trouble, according to him. And so is Kazibwe. I am not so sure about Kagabo. But that's what they have been saying. And we have continued with, really, they didn't use this word, but I think something which amounts to extortion.